You good? You need some water? You good there?
Thanks for the water, Trenton. I think I ate dust or something.
Or maybe it was the entire spicy burrito you ate at lunch.
Maybe. Either way, thank you for the water.
Sure thing. You know what's crazy to think about though?
What?
That over 2 billion people around the world do not have access to a safe water supply.
Over 2 billion? That's like 1/4 of the world's population.
Yep. Unlike what many of us are used to, there are communities around the world that can't just get water in a bottle or from the tap like we do. It's a global water crisis.
Well then, how do they trace down a spicy burrito?
Well, I'm not sure they're eating spicy burritos, but let's take a look at one rural village from northern Senegal that's struggling to get water on a daily basis.
Mother of 5 Oumou Drem wakes up before dawn to bottle what's left of the water from an old well before it runs out, as it does by mid-morning every day. When the water well began to run low in her remote village in northern Senegal in 2010, the government drilled another one, fitted with a shiny metal hand pump. Today, residents say it barely emits a trickle. The community raised $5,000 for a new one last year, but it failed to hit water.
What's difficult is the scarcity of the water. We don't drink when we are thirsty. We don't wash our clothes. We are herders. If you don't give animals enough to drink, they will die. The same with children. They will die if you don't give them enough to drink. Water scarcity is hard. We want help to get water. We don't sleep at night. We leave our children at home to fetch water. From very early in the morning until now, we are looking for water. The day we have regular water, we will thank God.
The community resorted to digging pits in dry riverbed a few miles from the village and collecting brown water that seeped into them. Children gulp it down even though it makes them sick.
It's horrible. Can't believe those kids had to decide between no water or dirty water.
It's totally unfair, right? The water crisis affects billions of people and doesn't just affect drinking water, but also water for sanitation and hygiene.
Sanitation and hygiene?
Yeah, you know, like when you're going to the bathroom or you're going to take a shower.
Oh, those definitely require water too. But how is it possible that we have water so easily available and other kids struggle each day to get any water? And what's being done to help solve this water crisis?
Well, it's a huge problem, and luckily there are people fighting the global water crisis, including one organization called H2O for Life. I've actually invited a friend on the show today that works at the organization to answer our questions. Oscar and Next Gen viewers, please give a warm welcome to Mitchell LeGrand, the Education Programs Manager at H2O for Life.
Hi, Next Gen News. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks for being here to answer our questions, Mitchell. Can you first tell us a bit about H2O for Life and why the organization was started?
So H2O for Life was started to educate students on the global water crisis. This is a really big issue facing people around the world, and we care a lot about schools because 31% of schools, that's almost 1 in 3 schools around the world, don't have access to clean water and sanitation. And that means that there are students just like you that can't just go and turn on the water and get a drink or go to the bathroom super easily around the world. And that's something we want to help stop and prevent. And so we're teaching youth about that issue and giving them the tools to take action to do something about it.
I can't believe nearly 1/3 of students around the world don't have easy access to water at school. It's not fair.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, I know H2O for Life is fighting the global water crisis, but can you share some examples of how this problem is actually being solved?
Yeah, like how can that village in Senegal get the water they need?
So at H2O for Life, we have implementing partners that help put in what we call WASH interventions. That stands for Water Access, Sanitation, and Hygiene Education Interventions. And these are addressed in 2 different ways because there's 2 different kinds of water scarcity. There's physical water scarcity and there's economic water scarcity. Physical water scarcity means that there's water not really there. It means that water needs to be brought in from somewhere else, or the little bit of water that falls down has to be caught and stored for a long time. And we see that in systems like rain catch systems. So when it rains in a dry climate like a desert, catches the water. That water is sanitized and then filtered, and it's clean, drinkable water. And when it's economic water scarcity, that is more about the resources in the community. Maybe it's a rural community that doesn't have enough money to get the water out of the ground or from the local resource. And so we send over financial resources to help them buy the resources they need to put infrastructure in place, like a well or a bathroom or a hand washing station, get that water out of the ground. And that's how we help those communities.
That's awesome that you're supplying these communities with tools to help collect water.
Totally. So Mitchell, I think our last question is, how can Next Gen viewers help fight against the global water crisis?
Next Gen viewers can help us out by doing a service learning project with us. H2O for Life has a ton of free resources that you can utilize to help fight the global water crisis. In fact, you can do a service project where you help a school somewhere else in the world that needs help with one of these wash interventions. So you can go to our website, you can click on the Explore Projects page and find a project that speaks to you. We have them all over the world. You can find a country that's interesting to you. You can see how many students you're helping, the photos, information about the project. And then you do a service project. And that might be something like, I don't know, going and doing a walk for water at your school. Or sometimes an art classroom will do postcards, or a science classroom will do like a river pickup and collect donations for their partner school. Whatever it is, you can come up with something, and it's our job at H2O for Life to support you in what you're doing and help guide you in that service project. And so that is a way that you can plug in and make a really big difference for communities around the world.
Sign me up for one of those service projects.
Yes, I'm definitely going to tell my science teacher about these H2O for Life programs.
Well, thank you, Mitchell, for coming on the show today and sharing your knowledge about the global water crisis. For all of you out there that want to get involved, please go to www.h2oforlifeschools.org to learn more.